Thank you, Mohib, for that kind introduction. Zaman is truly surrounded by some very remarkable people. And for those of you that don't know Mr. Mohib Murray, not only does he sit on the board of this fine organization, but he is a prominent attorney with an expertise in commercial and insurance litigation. Thank you for your service, Mohib. Assalamu alaikum and welcome tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin the program tonight, I'd like to take a brief moment of silence and a reading of the Fatiha for the passing of the late Muhammad Ali, who had a great impact on this community. If we could take a minute to do that, please. Thank you. Welcome to Zaman International's 10th annual Iftar dinner, and thank you for coming out and spending your evening with us. We have a short program prepared for you this evening, and feel free to help yourself to the fruit and the dates that have been set on the table for you, as we understand that we might run into Iftar time. Don't worry, we hope that dinner is going to be served promptly at 9:30 this evening. We have with us this evening a few elected officials that I wanted to introduce before we begin the program. We have Chief Judge of the 20th District Court, the Honorable Hajj David Turfy, with us. If he could stand up, please. And we also have with us today Dearborn City Councilman and Attorney Hajj Mike Serini. If he could please stand up today and be recognized. And I'd also like to do tonight, before we begin the program, a special thanks to all of our sponsors. It's people like you that keep this fine organization alive. I'm going to read through who the sponsors are. We'd like to thank Mr. Hassan and Ms. Sikni Sharara, who donated the Tim Horton gift cards that you'll find at every table. These are redeemable at the Tim Hortons on Michigan Avenue, just west of Evergreen. And they're $2 gift cards. You can go get yourself a cup of coffee. We'd also like to thank Mr. Hassan, Mr. Hussein, and Ms. Misa Abbas for donating the Yogurtopia gift cards for the kids. You'll find these on all the tables. Mr. Joe Al-Qadre for the fabulous and professional job he does with all the picture taking. Zaman further wants to thank the following individuals for their monetary support this evening. Ms. Samira Al-Qadre, I apologize. Mr. Muhammad Rami and his wife, Ms. Hiba El-Fasih. Mr. Hassan Dakrub, MB Advisors, Mr. Mike Mashur, and also a special thanks to all the fine individuals who've helped make this dinner possible, including the Iftar Committee Chair, Ms. Fedwa Serini, the committee members, Ms. Monica Boomer, Ms. Zainab Jafar Shami, and Ms. Maya Malid for all of their support. If we can give everybody a round of applause. Okay, and now what we're here for. While Zaman officially incorporated in 2004, its hard work to break the cycle of poverty has been in place over the last 20 years now. From its onset, Zaman has been providing food, clothing, and other household essentials for families in need. Moreover, Zaman has made it their mission to provide shelter and assistance for marginalized women and children. By helping these women and their children, these children have the opportunity to grow up and become pillars of this community, and in turn, they can give back to the community themselves. I keep slipping in this crack, sorry. Over a third of humanity lives below the poverty line. As we think about that, it's important to reflect upon ourselves and ask ourselves if we really understand what that means. At least for most of the Muslims in this room, if Allah didn't ask us to fast, we would never really know what it feels like to be hungry. Yet a third of humanity is living below the poverty line. During this blessed month, we learn what it feels like to be hungry, but most of us are fortunate to feel that way by choice. For others, they live this way in their daily lives, in this unfortunate predicament where the feeling of hunger is not met with a full-course meal come iftar time. Zaman is working hard to change that, one family at a time. Those at Zaman have recognized the importance of sharing not just today and not just in Ramadan, but they share every day. Zaman is a mechanism that allows all of us to share. It is a mechanism whereby sharing, we help others empower themselves and their children. On that note, I want to make reference to a giving tree that you will find outside in the lobby. Kids or anyone else can go and pick up a toolkit with the name of a person or child, and that will get them a gift for this upcoming Eid. There are about 70 kids known to Zaman that still are without Eid gifts for this upcoming Eid. Zaman also has various programs designed to empower individuals and give them an opportunity to recognize and implement their full potential. To name just a few, the Boost Vocational and Literacy Program teaches basic skills and employment training, allowing individuals to support themselves and their families. Boost also provides literacy education courses, GED advancement courses, and vocational training. Zaman also has a mobile food pantry, and by partnering with local restaurants, Zaman is able to provide food assistance to numerous households. More recently, Zaman has started an Orphan Hope program, helping orphans at home and in other countries as well. At this time, I'd like to recognize the board of Zaman and have them please rise while your name is called, and if everyone can hold their applause to the end. I'd like to recognize founder and president, Haji Najah Bazi. I don't know where she is. Dr. Jafar Hakim, Mr. Jihad Alawan, Attorney Mohib Murray, and Dr. Colleen Azzuddin. Thank you all for your tireless efforts, and may Allah reward you for all you do. Now, I sit in the family division for the Wayne County Circuit Court, and I see the effects of marginalized women and children every day. And I know how generation after generation feels the pains of this cycle that they cannot break. Organizations like Zaman give people an opportunity to actually break that cycle, to free their children from that cycle, and to become contributing members of society themselves. Before we start the program today, I'd like to share a brief story with you. It's a story that's all too familiar in my line of work and all too familiar for those who volunteer with Zaman. This could very well be your neighbor, and it may even be somebody that you know. A few years back, I was holding a custody trial, and Child Protective Services got involved. They're known as CPS to most of you. They were called out to the mother's home based on allegations that the kids were not eating, and the kids were found to be malnourished. When they arrived at this home, this mother of 6, they found that the water had been shut off. There was water filled in all of the sinks, dirty water. It was the dead of winter. It was very cold outside. And most shocking was when they opened the refrigerator and found nothing. Not even a half a gallon of milk. Nothing at all. And in the freezer, they found 1 hot dog. Just 1. She was a mother of 6, and the father was imprisoned on a drug charge, and she was all alone. This is why organizations like Zaman are important. And this is why I believe in Zaman and its mission. It's people helping people. It's about empowering marginalized women and children, and it's about humanity. Muhammad Ali, Allah yarhamu, among his many powerful statements that we've been hearing in the news over the last week, once said, "Wars on nations are fought to change maps, but wars on poverty are fought to map change." That's what Zaman's been doing, mapping change.